So the CTS.
Yeah.
The issue that we had so far, probably because of our communication, is like that people have two knobs for compression in other forks.
Yeah.
And they have two things
in
our fork.
Yeah.
One is the compression knob, and the other one is the CTS.
Yeah.
And because the compression, they believe, is just low speed, because back then when you had just one compression knob was low speed, they believe, okay, CTS is the way that Formula have to do the high speed.
Yeah.
And we're struggling a little bit. It's like, no, CTS is not the high speed compression.
I think that you know, this is a sort of throwback to the high speed, low speed thing that comes from motorcycles, where you use that sort of preloaded high speed adjuster, and you call it a high speed adjuster. And in a sense, it's not actually a high speed adjuster. It's almost a preloaded shim resisting at low speed that then opens at higher speed and doesn't resist. So this idea of high speed and low speed being separate is an anomaly in our industry. They're not separate. They're joined with this nebulous area that we call mid-speed. And it's nebulous because nobody understands how the high and the low interact with this, because we always understand it in terms of low speed is free bleed adjust. So we've got some open oil flow, and we can adjust how much open oil flow we've got. High speed is a preloaded valve that resists oil flow until we load it, pop, and then it pops, and then it closes shut. In many ways, this on a motorcycle can work really well, but this popper valve on a bicycle is too harsh. So you end up having to run that wide open anyway. And we should have been able to adjust that on the shims. But we haven't got any shims now because we've got this popper valve. So the CTS, in a way, the message is that it's not a low speed adjust, it's not a high speed adjust, it's not a mid speed adjust. You're changing the piston style and oil flow volume with a shim stack. So you're changing the blend of damping. So let's talk about progressivity, linearity. Maybe that's the way to get the message across. You're changing the whole damping system from a more linear to a more progressive style of damping as you change the piston families. It's not just an adjustment. It's not just an extra widget. It's not just a patent chase. You know, it's actually giving you the possibility to say to the 40 kilo rider and the 140 kilo rider, we got you covered.
Yeah.